Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
What y'all see on his story? Check on Blue. Did I see his story? What's on his story? What's on the story? Sue her for giving out his address. What's on the story? I didn't see it. What's on it? The cake girl, it looks like her nails. Oh yeah, we filmed that on TikTok. We filmed her having the cake the cake made for Blue. So that's Hazel, y'all. Hazel had a cake made for Blue's for him getting his #1 for his song.
The internet didn't just break today, it detonated, folded in half, and tried to file for early retirement after Karlissa saw ChriseanRock's 20v1 interview and went full supernova on Live. I mean, this wasn't a mild rant, this wasn't a casual clapback. This was a Category 10 verbal tornado ripping through every corner of social media like it was personally offended. The kind of meltdown that makes the Kardashians look like quiet librarians reading bedtime stories. The moment Karlissa hit that Go Live button, the tension in the air was so thick even your Wi-Fi felt nervous. What followed wasn't just a reaction. It was a cinematic disaster movie. Karlissa's energy was bouncing off the walls, Chrisean's name was getting tossed around like it owed her money, and viewers were glued to their screens like their souls had been superglued to the chaos. Every sentence Karlissa delivered came wrapped in pure emotional caffeine, the kind that makes your heart rate go up even if you're just watching silently like a guilty spectator. And the craziest part, this meltdown didn't come out of nowhere. The 20v1 interview had already set the internet on fire, but Karlissa took that flame, poured rocket fuel on it, and turned the whole situation into a digital wildfire. And trust me, this was only the beginning. The chaos began long before Karlissa even opened her mouth. The moment ChriseanRock's 20v1 interview went viral, the internet already sensed a storm coming. It wasn't just viral, it was universally unavoidable. You couldn't scroll 2 inches without seeing a clip of Chrisean saying something wild, unpredictable, or shockingly honest. And of course, the moment that interview hit Karlissa's radar, the countdown to detonation officially began. Everybody knows Karlissa doesn't just react, she reacts. If drama were a sport, she'd have Olympic gold, a Wheaties box, cover, and a Netflix documentary titled Unhinged but Unbothered. By the time the interview reached its peak virality, fans were already sending it to Karlissa like it was breaking news from the White House. People spammed her DMs, tagged her in comments, and even stitched her old lives with Chrisean's new clips. You could practically see the irritation growing inside Karlissa like a volcano chewing bubblegum. So when she finally opened Instagram Live, the internet held its breath like it was watching a Bond technician cut the red wire. The energy was that tense, that electric, that dangerously unpredictable. Karlissa's face alone told a full story, eyebrows raised, lips pressed together. That signature "I'm about to drag somebody into next week" expression she saves for moments that truly test her patience. And the moment she spoke, it was over. She launched into a full-speed monologue powered by pure adrenaline, powered by a decade's worth of irritations, powered by the spirit of every petty ancestor cheering her on. She came in hot, swinging verbally like she was trying to break a speed record. Viewers started screen recording immediately because they knew whatever was about to come out of her mouth would have digital archaeologists studying it years from now. Her first target? Chrisean's comments about Blueface naturally. In the interview, Chrisean had thrown around statements that made fans gasp, laugh, argue, and rewind. She spoke like she was unfazed, unfiltered, and unbothered by anyone's reaction. Karlissa, however, was very bothered. She took every line personally, dissecting Chrisean's words like she was grading a student who forgot to study. But she didn't just criticize, oh no, she roasted. She jabbed, she dramatic paused, and then she roasted some more. Viewers were wheezing, clutching their screens, unable to decide whether they were watching an argument or an award-winning comedy special, but under the sarcasm and the outrage. Karlissa's real frustration came from one thing: she felt Chrisean was rewriting the history of her son, her family, and the chaos that's been unfolding for years. And if there's one thing Karlissa hates more than being ignored, it's someone telling a story she doesn't approve of. She accused Chrisean of twisting narratives, painting Blueface as the villain, and acting like she alone survived an emotional warzone. Karlissa insisted she had been the real victim, the misunderstood mother, the unheard voice in a saga full of screaming. The comment section was a battlefield. Some viewers cheering for Karlissa like she was headlining a boxing match. Others defending Chrisean like they were her legal team. People typed so fast the chat looked like it was glitching. Emojis flew like confetti at a dysfunctional parade. And the more chaotic the chat became, the more empowered Karlissa got. She fed off the energy like a reality TV villain who found her calling. Then came Karlissa's reenactments, and this is where things went from chaotic to legendary. She started mimicking Chrisean's tone, posture, vocabulary, everything. She acted out entire parts of the interview with dramatic flair, rolling her eyes so hard viewers feared they might escape her skull. Her impersonations were sarcastic, exaggerated, disrespectful, and absolutely hysterical. Even people who disliked Karlissa couldn't help but laugh because the pettiness was executed with master level precision. The tension rose again when Karlissa brought up old beef, ancient battles, previous betrayals, screenshots from the Jurassic era. She dug up history like she was an archaeologist who had been waiting for this exact moment to reveal her endings. She reminded viewers that Chrisean wasn't innocent, that Blueface wasn't the only problem, and that she herself had endured disrespect. The level of detail she delivered made it clear she had all the receipts stored in a mental filing cabinet labeled for future drama use only. But as dramatic as Karlissa was, the viewers couldn't deny that Chrisean's interview had touched sensitive nerves. Chrisean had spoken freely about her past with Blueface, her struggles, her regrets, her anger, and her pride. She revealed moments that weren't flattering for anyone involved. Fans felt she was being brutally honest, but Karlissa saw it as half-truths dipped in dramatic exaggeration. And because Karlissa doesn't believe in peaceful disagreement, she spun her live into a verbal demolition session. Things got even crazier when people started sending Karlissa super chats telling her what parts of the interview she hadn't reacted to yet. Viewers were treating her live like a request line at a radio station. Each time someone mentioned another clip, Karlissa would pause, breathe dramatically, then drag Chrisean with new energy like she was recharging between attacks. It was chaos choreography, messy, rhythmic, and wildly entertaining. Fans clipped the best lines instantly. One of Karlissa's lines went viral within minutes. Quoted across TikTok, "I don't need a 20v1 interview to tell the truth. I've been the truth." That line alone sparked hundreds of duets, reaction videos, and memes. People slowed it down, remixed it, auto-tuned it, and edited it into dramatic soundtracks. If you didn't know who Karlissa was before today, you definitely knew after that. Line went viral, but Karlissa wasn't done. She started calling out Chrisean's supporters, accusing them of enabling chaos and ignoring facts. She also loudly announced that her son Blueface had been too patient with Chrisean, a comment that made the chat implode. People accused Karlissa of protecting Blueface no matter what. While others applauded her loyalty, the debate turned so loud the live began lagging. Even Instagram servers couldn't handle the level of unfiltered madness. Things got emotional when Karlissa claimed she was tired of the lies and that people were choosing narratives based on who yell. As the loudest, she wasn't just ranting anymore. She was venting years of pent-up resentment toward Chrisean, the public, and anyone who ever questioned her parenting. Her voice cracked, not in sadness, but in frustration, the type of frustration only reality TV families can understand. As she continued spiraling deeper into the rabbit hole of grievances, viewers started realizing something crucial. The interview had triggered Karlissa on a level nobody expected. It wasn't just the content, it was the popularity. Millions of people praising Chrisean's side made Karlissa feel ignored, overshadowed, and disrespected. And instead of dealing with that internally, she unleashed it publicly and loudly. But the live took an even stranger turn when Karlissa began hinting that the 20v1 interview wasn't the real story, that she had exclusive information that would flip everything upside down. The chat exploded. People demanded receipts. Karlissa teased the reveal like she was a soap opera character holding a secret paternity test. She refused to give details, but promised that the truth is deeper than y'all think. And just when you thought the meltdown had reached maximum volume, nope. The escalation was only getting started. The escalation hit like a meteor the moment Karlissa doubled down on her exclusive information tease. The comment section transformed instantly from chaotic to volcanic. Fans weren't just curious. They were rabid for the next detail, typing like their fingers were possessed by caffeine-fueled demons. Every drop the receipts message pushed Karlissa further into her dramatic rhythm, and the woman was loving the attention. You could tell she had waited years for a moment like this. And now that the spotlight was on her, she wasn't letting go without an emotional monologue worthy of an Emmy. Then came the first twist. Karlissa claimed she had messages between Chrisean and Blueface that the world never saw. The chat exploded into digital smoke. People were demanding screenshots, timestamps, context, even asking her to rotate her phone so they could see better, as if Karlissa was about to hold a TED Talk on toxic relationships. But instead of providing anything concrete, she tilted her head, gave the camera a mysterious smirk, and said, "Y'all ain't ready." The internet collectively screamed into the void. This wasn't a reveal, it was psychological warfare. But the chaos didn't stay contained on her live. Within minutes, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram Reels erupted with stitched videos reacting to Karlissa's outburst. Creators were reenacting her facial expressions, mimicking her dramatic pauses, and adding their own commentary like they were narrating a nature documentary about an aggressive mother lion. Someone even edited her live into a movie trailer with suspenseful music, captioned, "Coming soon, the Karlissa Chronicles, when your son's ex tells her side, but you have a part 2. Meanwhile, Chrisean's fans weren't letting Karlissa run the narrative and challenged. They showed up in the chat like an angry army in digital armor. They accused Karlissa of spinning stories, exaggerating, and inserting herself into drama that didn't belong to her. Some even said she was jealous of Chrisean's fame. The wildest comment read, "Karlissa be waking up every morning like, who can I feud with today?" And honestly, the timing wasn't helping her case. Celebrities started chiming in. 2. Because a public meltdown this entertaining doesn't go unnoticed. Saucy Santana tweeted, "Somebody take Karlissa's phone away. Oh my god." And the post instantly went viral. Tamara Braxton chimed in with a cryptic laughing emoji that fans interpreted as a subtle "I know exactly what she's talking about." Even Ruby Rose commented under a reposted clip, "This the funniest live I've seen all year." That's when the drama officially graduated from messy to iconic. International social media didn't stay silent either. The drama crossed borders like a scandal passport. TikTokers in London stitched the interview, Brazilians made memes out of Karlissa's yelling clips, and people in the Philippines debated who was really telling the truth. This wasn't just American entertainment, it became a global phenomenon. The storyline had legs, arms, Wi-Fi, and a passport. But the biggest twist arrived when Blueface himself jumped into a comment section. Not even the live, just a random repost, and typed, My mama always doing too much. Fans lost their minds. The comment racked up thousands of likes in seconds. Some laughed, some gasped, some claimed this was karma, and others begged Blueface to go on live and explain what was really happening. Instead, he vanished, leaving behind digital smoke like a messy magician. The tension spiked again when Karlissa started calling out specific lines from the 20v1 interview, dissecting them with surgical pettiness. She paused at one moment where Chrisean mentioned standing alone, and Karlissa yelled, "Standing alone? Girl, you had my son and the whole internet in your business." Viewers fell out of their chairs. Some said she needed her own comedy special. Others said she needed a therapist. But either way, people couldn't look away. Then came the reenactment that became a meme in under 5 minutes. Karlissa leaned forward, squinted her eyes, lowered her voice, and impersonated Chrisean's emotional tone perfectly, painfully perfectly. She dragged her words dramatically, then snapped back into her regular voice mid-sentence, switching between characters like a chaotic one-woman Broadway show. People clipped it instantly and captioned it, "Karlissa for Best Actress, no award show needed." But while fans were laughing, others noticed something deeper simmering underneath Karlissa's theatrics: resentment. Real resentment. This wasn't just her reacting to an interview. This was years of unspoken tension, hurt pride, and family chaos bubbling over. She kept hinting at situations that happened behind the scenes, moments the public wasn't supposed to know, and you could tell these memories still stung. Her voice cracked at one point, not from sadness, but from emotional overexertion, the result of carrying a decade-long family feud on her back. Things got even messier when a fan asked in the chat, "Why you always fighting with Chrisean?" Instead of fixing your relationship with Blueface, Karlissa froze for a split second, then launched into a speech so dramatic Shakespeare would have taken notes. She said she'd been the only one trying, that she was misunderstood, and that the world was quick to judge her without knowing the emotional baggage she carried. Some viewers felt sympathy, others said she was guilt-tripping her own audience. Either way, the emotional roller coaster hit full speed. And then, the unexpected twist that sent meme creators into overdrive. Karlissa claimed she had been patient long enough and that new truths were coming. The internet braced for impact. Chat bubbles flew like confetti. But instead of dropping the bomb, she took a sip of her drink, squinted dramatically, and said, "I'm waiting for the right moment." Fans screamed, "The right moment." We were 2 tornadoes deep into chaos. People begged, pleaded, demanded the receipts. Karlissa smirked like a villain in a Disney movie. Memes were born instantly. Someone photoshopped Karlissa holding a scroll titled "Receipts I'll Show You Never." Another meme showed Chrisean sitting calmly while Karlissa yelled in 25 different camera angles. TikTok edits remixed Karlissa's shouting into a dance beat. People started stitching their pets, reacting to her voice. The drama mutated into entertainment so powerful even people who had no idea who Blueface was started getting invested. Then came the mini explosion that set social media ablaze again. Chrisean's sister hopped online. She posted a cryptic message saying, "Keep my sister's name out your mouth." The internet gasped like they'd just witnessed a plot twist in a Netflix thriller. Suddenly, the feud was multiplying. Comment sections turned into arenas. Fans argued left, right, up, and down. The drama wasn't just a mess. It was a multi-IVRSE. By this point, Karlissa was in full meltdown mode, yelling, pacing, reading comments aloud, calling out random usernames like they owed her money. She accused the internet of believing lies. She accused Chrisean of playing victim, and she accused the world of ignoring her truth. The intensity reached a level where even trolls were typing, "Girl, breathe." But Karlissa wasn't interested in breathing. She was interested in venting loudly, passionately, and with full vocal commitment. And just when you thought the storm was coming, Karlissa's phone buzzed. She went silent, leaned in, squinted at the screen, and whatever she read, oh, it sent her into a whole new level of rage. The moment Karlissa's eyes locked on her phone, the atmosphere shifted like a horror movie plot twist. Her entire expression transformed, not the usual petty smirk, not even her exaggerated "I'm about to drag somebody" face. No, this look was different. It was the face of a woman who just read something she wished she hadn't, but now that she had. She was ready to unleash emotional warfare across the internet. Viewers in the chat typed "what happened" so fast the comments looked like TV static. Whatever she saw, it was gasoline on a fire that was already burning every corner of social media. She inhaled sharply, glared into the camera like it personally betrayed her, and shouted, "So that's what we're doing now." The chat went feral. People threw guesses everywhere, screenshots, a private message, a family member chiming in, a new clip from the interview leaking. Nobody knew. But everyone sensed the meltdown was about to reach its final boss stage. Karlissa slammed her hand on the table, and viewers swear the phone shook like it was scared for its life. Her voice got louder, sharper, more chaotic with each breath, and then she revealed it. Apparently, someone had sent her a fresh clip from Chrisean's 20v1 interview, a clip she hadn't seen before, where Chrisean subtly implied that Blueface's family had been part of the chaos that broke her. That one sentence tore open a wound Karlissa had clearly been holding shut with duct tape and emotional Velcro. She exploded instantly, calling it manipulation, lies, victim playing, and creative storytelling with a splash of delusion. The way she attacked the sentence, you would think Chrisean accused her of war crimes. This triggered a whole new avalanche of reactions. Fans who were watching the meltdown live dropped what they were doing and ran to rewatch the interview. People clipped the exact part and posted it, stitching Karlissa's real-time reaction beside it like a side-by-side boxing match. Some viewers agreed with Chrisean, others defended Karlissa, and then there were the neutral fans who simply posted popcorn emojis while the world burned. It was the internet equivalent of two neighbors screaming across the street while the rest of the block watched from their porches. Karlissa didn't stop. She launched into a fresh rant about how she had tried to support, help, and guide, only to be painted as the villain every single time. Her tone shifted from angry to outraged to wounded to theatrical within seconds. Even seasoned viewers couldn't predict her next emotional move. One minute she was yelling, the next she was talking calmly with a chilling smile. And then she was back to yelling like someone pressed the rage reset button. What made it messier was her decision to get specific. She detailed arguments, incidents, misunderstandings, and family moments that had never been public before. Moments Blueface probably hoped would stay buried forever. Moments Chrisean likely forgot or pretended to forget. Karlissa dragged every skeleton out of every closet and tossed them onto the internet's front lawn. It was raw, emotional, chaotic, and absolutely impossible to look away from. It was like watching someone unpack a suitcase of drama they had been dragging through airports for years. Then came the moment that sent shockwaves through the fanbase. Karlissa said, "If Chrisean want to tell her story, fine, but she better be ready for mine. Because I've been silent long enough." The entire chat stopped typing for 2 seconds, which in internet time is an eternity. People begged for details. Influencers watching the live jumped onto TikTok instantly to react. Screen grabs spread faster than wildfire. Everyone sensed a family-shattering reveal coming, even if Karlissa didn't drop it right then. But while Karlissa was spiraling, Chrisean supporters turned the heat up too. They blasted her in the comments, saying she doesn't understand Chrisean's trauma, that she always inserts herself, and that her behavior is why Blueface keeps his distance. These comments triggered Karlissa like a red cape waved in front of a bull. She started calling out usernames, dragging people one by one, as if gathering enemies like Pokémon cards. Each insult ignited more chaos in the chat. Some viewers cheered, some cringed, and some whispered, "This woman is the moment." Things escalated once more when Blueface's cousin, yes, another family member, allegedly joined the conversation on another account. The cousin claimed Karlissa was overreacting for views. Karlissa read the comment out loud, froze, and then laughed a long, villain origin story laugh that had viewers gripping their phones. She clapped back so fiercely the internet felt it through the screen. People instantly turned it into soundbites, memes, and edits. The family tree was combusting in real time, and then, as if the chaos hadn't peaked enough, Chrisean herself went live. Fans sprinted between the two lives like sports commentators covering two simultaneous games. Chrisean didn't even mention Karlissa. At first she just talked casually, calmly, almost bored, and that made it WRSE. Karlissa took Chrisean's calmness as disrespect and turned her own live into a verbal flamethrower. She accused Chrisean of gaslighting the public, pretending to be innocent, and rewriting history to gain sympathy. The two lives running at the same time created a digital earthquake. People posted clips saying they felt like they were watching two reality TV finals airing simultaneously. It was messy, shocking, and unbelievably addictive. The scandal spread everywhere: YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook anti-groups, Discord servers, even random Reddit threads that had nothing to do with celebrity drama. But the real aftermath hit once the lives ended. Karlissa logged off looking drained yet defiant, but the internet didn't log off with her. Public opinion split into factions like a dysfunctional Avengers team. Some claimed Karlissa exposed the truth. Others said she embarrassed herself. Many said she needed a social media detox. Meanwhile, Chrisean gained sympathy points for appearing calm, or something she rarely gets credit for. Blueface, he disappeared entirely. Not a post, not a story, not a comment. Fans joked he was hiding under a table somewhere waiting for both women to stop shouting. Within hours, blogs picked up the story. Headlines screamed. Reaction videos dropped. TikTok edits multiplied like gremlins in water. And the deeper impact became clear. Reputations shifted, relationships strained, narratives fractured. Karlissa's meltdown wasn't just a rant, it reshaped how fans saw everyone involved. Yet even after all the yelling, crying, dragging, quoting, reenacting, and threatening to expose the truth, Karlissa ended her live with one final line that guaranteed the saga isn't over. And trust me, this ain't the last time y'all hear from me. Oh, we know. And the internet is already waiting for the sequel. And if you survive this roller coaster of chaos, drama, yelling, crying, dragging, and more plot twists than a season finale on Fast Forward, then congratulations, your heart rate is officially qualified for hazard pay. What Karlissa unleashed tonight wasn't a reaction. It was a natural disaster with Wi-Fi. Chrisean's interview didn't just go viral. It detonated an entire family tree, 3 comment sections, and half the internet's sanity. And if you think this was wild, oh, just wait until the next meltdown. Pulls up uninvited like it's clocking in for a shift. Now listen. Before you run to rewatch those lives for the 10th time, smash that like button like it owes you child support. Hit subscribe like you're slapping Karlissa's phone out of her hand, and drop a comment telling me whose live had you laughing, crying, or clutching your edges the hardest. Because the way these celebrities act, they don't need PR managers. They need emotional seatbelts. And don't forget, around here at Fame Fluzz, the drama never dies. It just gets a ring light and goes live at 2 a.m. This channel is your VIP backstage pass to every meltdown, every feud, every I didn't say that lie, and every chaotic interview that shakes the timeline. We cover the scandals before they trend, while they explode, and long after everyone pretends they've moved on. So turn on notifications unless you want to miss the next emotional earthquake. Because when Karlissa logs back on, and trust me, she will, you're gonna want a front row seat, sacks ready, and your screen recorder armed. This is Fame Fluzz, where the stars shine bright, but their drama shines brighter, brighter.